Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for the opportunity. Here let me, Muhammad Iqbal, present the results of our research with the title Yield and Seed Size Stability Analysis of Black Soybean Lines Derived from Gamma Rays Irradiation. This is our team. We are from the Research and Technology Center of Radiation Process, National Research and Innovation Agency. To begin with, we know that black soybean serves an important role in Indonesian cuisine in the form of soya sauce or ketchup. However, the number of local and high-yielding black soybean varieties is still very limited. It is still dominated by yellow ones used for tempeh. The nuclear technology in the form of gamma rays radiation has been proven effective in the development of new cultivars by its ability to generate new genetic variation. The challenge in developing new variety is the interaction between environment and genetic factors that causes variation in quantitative traits like yield. So here we are aiming to identify promising mutant lines with high-yielding field feature, which can remain stable across multiple environments. And secondly, we also aim to examine the effect of genotype by environment interaction of black soybean mutant lines through a comparison of several stability assessment methods. We tested 13 mutant lines. These lines were the G generation 7th, derived from Datam 1 variety. This is national variety for black soybean. But also we compared these lines with Mutiara 3. This is a variety constructed from gamma rays irradiation. And then these lines were arranged in randomized block design with 3 replicates with a plot size 3 by 4 meters. And then the yield data in each plot converted to tons per hectare. Then the data is analyzed by analysis of variance and least significant difference post hoc. For the stability analysis, we used Finlay-Wilkinson, Eberhard-Russell, and AMI. We performed the trials in 8 cities and regencies across Sumatra, Java, and Bali, like you can see here. For the results, we found that the genotype by environment, and the replicates are all significant, with environment contribute the largest to the proportion of sum of squares, followed by the interaction between genotype and environment. Meanwhile, genotype factor is only contributed 13% to the total of sum of squares. Then for the yield mean, the genotype 6 is the best performing here with 3.21 tons per hectare. This is higher than the wild type or the parents with only 2.79 ton per hectare. And also the check lines Mutiara 3 that only performed 2.55 ton per hectare. Then for the stability analysis, Finlay-Wilkinson and Eberhard-Russell, we found that there are 5 genotypes considered stable in both parameters. And here, the genotype 6 as the best performing one is considered stable because the regression of Finlay-Wilkinson is insignificant to 1, and then the deviation of Eberhard-Russell is insignificant to 0. And then for the check lines, we only found Mutiara 3 is considered stable by both parameters. For AMI, we found a different set of genotypes considered stable. First of all, the principal component 1 and principal component 2 roughly explained 2/3 of the interaction. And then there are 4 lines, 3 mutant lines and then one test lines, datum one, considered stable because they are located at the relatively closer to the center of p-plots. The other lines are relatively location specific. For example, here genotype 4 performed well in environment 1 for 3.63 ton per hectare, but this is not stable result in other environment. To conclude, the mutant lines genotype 5 and genotype 6 were considered stable based on Finlay-Wilkinson and Eberhard-Russell approach and capable of producing optimally in a relatively wide environment range compared to other lines. The good point of these lines is that they are superior to both check lines and achieve the highest seed yield. Additionally, both promising lines had the highest and positive regression coefficient values, meaning that these lines were specially adapted to be developed in areas with fertile land productivity. That's all from me. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.